Well, Eric, they told me that they're not surprised by the bulletin. In fact, they confirmed that they got it and said they'd already been at work at known threats.
From the other Washington to right here at home.
Are there any known threats on our capital?
There are threats that we are following the intelligence about. They come from both the right side of the political spectrum and the left side of the political spectrum.
And that was before the FBI's warning about potential armed protest at all 50 state capitals this week and leading up to Biden's inauguration. State Patrol's Chris Loftus says the FBI Bulletin came as no surprise.
It's fortunately not new to us.
On Wednesday, a breach outside the governor's mansion. Since April, State Patrol says there have been 149 unpermitted events outside the Capitol, most peaceful. But in 13 cases, the patrol's rapid deployment force, armed with heavy gear and riot shields, had to respond. For security reasons, Loftus won't discuss details about potential threats, but insists their intentions are known.
Those intentions have been stated and repeatedly. And so we're pursuing that. We're doing all we can to learn more, to protect from, to disrupt those types of plans.
Thousands of feet of 8-foot cyclone fence around the state capitol, hundreds of National Guard members, troopers from 8 districts, all part of protecting the Capitol. A much smaller security footprint today, but Loftus says they assess practically hour to hour, and they have ample security resources day and night.
The men and women of the FBI will leave no stone unturned in this investigation.
During the FBI's first news briefing since the siege at the Capitol, the FBI insisting what happened won't be tolerated, but no mention of the FBI warning.
So when the FBI gives us a warning, we take it very seriously.
I believe the same man, this man here, behind 2 violent attacks on unsuspecting women. They were both kicked in the head last week.
KOMO's Tammy Mutasa spoke to one of the women. She's live tonight with a search for the man behind the brutal assaults in this Operation Crime and Justice report. Tammy?
Mary, it's just frightening. I spoke with one of the women who was violently attacked right here along 4th Avenue in Belltown, and she wants that guy off the streets now. Tonight, she had just come back home from the doctor, still in a lot of pain and in no shape to go on camera, and you'll see why. Vicious and violent, the attack on a beloved Belltown community volunteer is captured on this surveillance video.
I have no more words. What is going on?
The 56-year-old is planting bulbs when out of nowhere, a man kicks her in the head, knocking her over. The force of the kick left her with 10 fractures on her face. She had to go to the hospital.
Down on her hands and knees, planting tulips in January, and has this random act of violence is just unimaginable.
Andrea Suarez volunteers with the woman.
She's relentlessly kind to anybody. She's probably more worried about the man that got away than herself.
Police say the day before in the U District, a guy with the same clothes and description is seen on this Metro bus kicking another woman in the head. Upset, she'd been on her phone.
It's really hard to see this kind of violence happening on the streets.
Detectives are actively looking for the man before he hurts anyone else.
It's shocking, I think, for all of us to think that there might be someone out there who could do something so violent with no remorse. And I hope that someone else in the public is able to identify him.
Andrea says in light of recent attacks in Belltown, her neighborhood needs more protection.
Enough is enough. What do we have to do as a society to get security in the city?
Seattle was just approved to distribute the COVID-19 vaccine. They hope this will speed up vaccine rollout across the region.
It will start on Thursday.
Seattle just got the green light to distribute the vaccine.
We know we must step up to help when it's needed the most, and now is one of those times.
Soon, Fire Chief Harold Scoggins will send 2 mobile vaccine teams on the road, starting at adult family homes in South Seattle.
There will be an emphasis on getting vaccinations to the communities that are most vulnerable. We know that that is disproportionately the BIPOC communities.
This program will get initial shots to roughly 1,000 people in the first 2 weeks. Mayor Durkin knows that's nowhere near what they'll need to average to reach herd immunity. For in King County, they'll need to vaccinate 16,000 people per day.
This is the first step. We hope that if we can get that steady supply, we will stand up mass vaccination sites.
Durkin said it's deja vu to the failures by the feds in doling out PPE and test kits. Operation Warp Speed has been too slow. In Linwood, 100-year-old Walt Milroy just got his first dose this week.
First dose done.
Hell, I didn't even feel it.
His complex, which is part of the federal partnership with CVS and Walgreens, just got their first doses on Sunday. Seattle's new program will target those facilities not part of the federal partnership. After adult family homes, the city says affordable housing complexes could be next in filling the gaps and getting more shots in arms in Seattle. For Walt, Governor Inslee's former basketball coach, who will turn 101 next month, the choice was easy with so much at stake. Do you think it should be a political issue?
No, but it's going to be. I mean, everything is now. It's a shame. Democracy's at stake, by God, throughout the world.
Patrick Quinn, KOMO News.
Hi there. Well, water levels receded earlier today, but now that the atmospheric river is overhead, we're seeing those waters increasing once again. So check this out here in Kent at East James Street. That flood is reducing the eastbound lane into just one lane if you're going that direction. If you live near a creek or a river, I'd be prepared to adjust your morning commute tomorrow if those floods close roads. Now, tonight into early Wednesday, we are expecting minor to moderate flooding out along some local rivers. This includes the Snohomish, Tolt and Snoqualmie. But even like what we've seen here in Kent and in other urban areas like Seattle, there could be localized urban flooding too. So really bear that in mind. King County is giving away some sandbags. To learn more, get more information, just head to our website and click on hot links. People we talked to in Kent have seen intense floods over the years and hope that drivers stay weather aware.
They revert traffic to come down this street as like a cut through all the time, and I wake up in the morning and there's just dead cars all over the street.
It plays such a huge role in how people are going to drive, what people are going to do, and how people are going to live their lives.
People here in the Pacific Northwest are very hardy here when it comes to the weather. Now, our landslide threat remains elevated over the next couple of days. Here are some warning signs to look out for landslides, new cracks in the ground, soils moving away from foundations, and a faint rumbling sound. Lastly, 2 alerts for commuters. The Sounder Northline service is canceled through Friday due to the ongoing risk for landslides, and up over the backcountry of the Cascades, the threat for avalanches is very high tonight. Now, that doesn't apply to ski areas or highways, but experts are advising against travel or activities over the backcountry. Reporting here in Kent, I'm meteorologist Abby Aconi, KOMO News.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.